Good morning, everybody. This week in our animal research, we are going to be learning about life cycles. So life cycle, or ciclo vital, is thinking about how do the animals grow and change. So we can look at the bottom here of 3 different examples of how some animals grow. The first one is turtles. The next one here is chickens. And then the next one is frogs. And so you can see in those pictures how they start off one way and then they grow and they change and they continue changing until they're an adult. So let's look at this example. This is the life cycle of a butterfly. Mariposa. So first, butterflies actually start off in an egg. They hatch out of an egg. And when they hatch out, become this way, they are what's called a caterpillar. So as they come out of the egg, this is what they look like, and they grow bigger and bigger. The next step in a butterfly's life, so we have step 1, step 2. Now they've grown so much as a caterpillar, and then they make this thing called a chrysalis. It's kind of like a little sleeping bag, and this is step 3. So in this chrysalis, the caterpillars start changing. Soon they lose all their little legs that they had as a caterpillar, and they just grow to have 2 big legs, and they then grow wings, and their body changes and they become a butterfly. So this is step number 4 for a butterfly. And after they come out of their chrysalis, they are an adult butterfly. So this is step 5. Then, as adults, the females will lay eggs and the cycle will start over again. And that's why it's called a cycle, because it's the same pattern that happens over and over and over again, and it just keeps going around and around. Let's look at another example. Here are some frogs. So again, frogs start off as an egg. They start off in eggs, and then they grow, and when they hatch out of the egg, they're called a tadpole. And as a tadpole, they have long tails and a little round body. And again, their bodies start to change, and they start to grow little frog legs. And you can see their tail gets shorter. And now they're a froglet. And then they continue growing, and so they don't really have a tail anymore. They have all 4 of their legs, and they're much bigger. And then as an adult, then they lay eggs. Here's the life cycle of an elephant. Theirs looks a little bit different because elephants' bodies look very similar from when they're babies to when they're adults. The size just changes, and they grow tusks. So let's look at it. So when elephants are born, they look like this. And as the years go on, you can tell that the elephant gets much bigger. And as they grow towards adults, they grow tusks. An elephant takes 20 years to be considered an adult. That's like a full-grown adult. So as you can see, the elephant is changing, but its body is growing bigger. Not like the frog where they lose legs or the butterfly grows wings. It's different in that aspect. But elephants do grow bigger. They grow tusks. And then once they're an adult, then they have a baby. And so that cycle again continues. So our questions that we're going to be focusing on is, what is a baby elephant called? What is a female elephant called? And what is a male elephant called? Oh, let's go back for a second too. Something that's also interesting about elephants is that once a boy elephant, a male elephant, becomes older, is getting towards being an adult, they actually leave the herd and they live by themselves. The females will stay together and they'll make a big herd, but the males go off and they have to make their own new family, or sometimes they end up just living by themselves. So that is something that's important. So we have to find out what a baby is called, a female and a male. And to do that, you're going to listen to this book here. I recorded it for you. It's called Elephants and Their Calves. And it's going to give you lots of information about when elephants are babies and what they look like when they're adults. So in your books, here's where you're going to answer your questions. Baby elephant, female, and a male. I would like this written in a full sentence. So you could write, a baby is called, and I'm looking at the question because these words are right in the question, and then fill in the blank. A female elephant, sorry, it's hard to write on the iPad, is called blank. And then again, the same thing for a male. A male is called blank. Okay? And then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to draw an elephant family. So you're going to draw like a herd. So you'll draw a head, and their ears, and their trunk, and their eyes. Oop. There we go, that's better. And their big bodies, and their tails, and their legs. And then I'm going to draw a little baby one right here. And you can tell that it's a baby because it's much smaller. Oh, I forgot the tusks. Their little tail. And then what you're going to do is use the word bank and label. So I'm going to draw a line here, and then I'm going to figure out which word is what the baby is. Is it a calf, a bull, or a cow? It's a calf. So I'm going to do that. And then if this is the female, I'm going to draw a line, and I'm going to write the word for female. Okay? So make sure you draw your pictures, and you have to label them. Okay? And then please take a picture and send to Miss Nicole. Have a good day, and don't forget to read your book.